VBS is such an important ministry. You must start it with prayer.
Not just before your meetings, but I would say the year before you even begin.
Anyone can do it. You can have your children's ministry, kids as they're starting Sunday school, people that are walking in, hey, pray for this week.
If you can't gather your entire team, encourage your helpers to gather in smaller groups.
We can get so caught up into doing. And let us remember to learn from Luke chapter 10. We need to be Mary sitting at the feet of Jesus before we are Martha being busy with all of the details. Don't reinvent the wheel.
Ask everybody questions.
Interview last year's directors or friends you know who were group leaders or teachers. Learn from them. And don't be afraid to grab onto those small details. You didn't have enough glue sticks. At the end of each year, take the time to make detailed notes and get notes and feedback from your leaders and participants. What worked and what didn't work.
Establish your core leadership team. Might be one other person, might be 3, might be a large group. But they will be your leaders that you will rely on. They will help you, they will encourage you.
Ministry is done through teamwork, and everyone can have a purpose and a job.
One of your roles as the leader is to match up people with the areas where they're going to feel most comfortable, they're going to be able to use their gifts, and they're going to be excited about what they're doing in the program.
And one model that I have heard of, and I think sounds like a fantastic idea, is if you are a VBS director, some churches have actually created a team where maybe there's a 3-year rotation. Each year there's ultimately somebody who's responsible, but you're not alone.
Start early. As early as possible. Like as soon as VBS is over, start thinking about the next year.
Start thinking about who is going to be on your team, what kind of decorations do you want to start assembling, and getting the word out to folks in your church who can help you with those kinds of things.
It's an event that cannot be done last minute, so you want to plan as early as possible, whether it's reserving your rooms, getting on the calendar, putting announcements in the bulletin.
Just take the time to read through the director's manual. Read through the different leader guides. Maybe even look for those after Christmas sales to buy the white lights that you'll use on discount. But when you can start early, it does a lot to relieve stress.
Before even beginning, I think it's important to know what are your priorities, what are your goals.
Is your emphasis in reaching the community and therefore evangelism? Or perhaps your emphasis is discipleship.
Incorporate social media. How can you get kids' attention and parents' attention?
Every church is different, and Vacation Bible School curriculum, it can be flexible. You don't have to follow it exactly as it's written.
Next, you have to set a budget. And that's one of my least favorite parts of any kind of event, especially Vacation Bible School.
Will you charge some small nominal fee for children or families to attend? Will you ask for donations? Will your church wash cars? Will you have some face painting?
I know my church will make the biggest props we can. That way we can donate them to other churches to have. We hang flyers up in the sanctuary where we need popcorn.
Keep track of everything that you spend money on, even things that are donated by church members. Keep track of that so that the next year you really have an accurate budget of what was spent. A calendar is going to be your friend for planning Vacation Bible School.
You need to connect it with the church calendar because you're going to be using probably most of the church space.
Get it on social media. Get my promoters to promote that day.
And then from there you can work backwards to know what you're going to do 6 months in advance, 2 months in advance, even 1 week in advance. And when you write in those dates for training days, and when you write in those dates for decorating parties, it just puts all those little pieces of the VBS program into order.